Astonishing revelations are expected by our global world leader and dictator in the next few minutes on the Today Show. Hear Obama speak live from the United Nations Security Council. We've been told no one else will be allowed to telecast this exclusive statement by our Messiah and Savior, Barack Hussein Obama. Next on the Today Show. Stay tuned.
From NBC News, this is Today.
From Studio B, here is Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Our great global leader, Barack Hussein Obama, is forthcoming with his announcement. Do not turn off your television or radio. Continue listening for additional instructions.
Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to convene this session to clarify certain things that you all have been seeing within the American culture, and it might seem a little hard to take in. To begin, whatever you see the courts doing, be assured that I'm making the decisions and not the judges. Recently, Burdog was found not guilty of any wrongdoing for his desertion. I told him during my presidency, he's got nothing to worry about. I told the tribunal to look the other way about the evidence and give him a complete clean slate. Of course, the judges are all my own choices that I put in office before leaving as the president, so if you had any reservations about that, now you know. Even Hillary is immune to any prosecution for her involvement with the uranium scandal. I told her to do it, so there's nothing more that can be said. I continue to use the media for my intentions of world control through the lies we've been hearing about Donald Trump and others, just to create the false pretense that things are getting better. This is not true, as you will see by watching the news that I feed to the networks. It's all an end to a means, to give the false feeling of security, but in reality to give the world what I think they need, a booster shot in the arm to help you see my socialist regime and its goal of global control. Americans are so gullible, they believe anything the news tells them. Why do they, you ask? I'll give away a little secret that I started as president in 2009. It's called high-definition television. It's more than a clear picture for people to watch, it's a direct link to their minds via subliminal suggestion. It's worked beautifully for the past 8 years since I instigated it as mandatory on American viewers. They even forgot how many millions of dollars I put into the brain research project I started in my second term as president. Not to mention the millions I used to hire over 100 psychiatrists and psychologists to give the facts needed to instigate high definition. Did they ever quarrel about that? No, just like sheep in a fold, you keep them corralled together, give them their cell phones and other gadgets, they're as peaceful as lambs. It's worked so well I'm even using the ideas I tested in America, on the European markets around the world. All these attacks against Hollywood's elite and their supposed sexual misconduct, that's part of my plan for world domination too. It might look bad for them now, but long-term will be the collaboration of the government's cooperation and further expansion of my plan for submission to authority. All of you in this chamber know already that for my global plan to work, you must individually do your part to keep the illusion going in your respective homelands. You all must be willing to subvert your people for the greater good of the one world government that you agreed to work towards. I don't have to say this, but for me to be your only idol means you must eliminate any distractions from your own government's attempts to stop the New World Order from going forward. Let give you an example. In America, I have been pushing towards the perception that the female gender is all important. I have eliminated the male from society. He is now isolated and degraded. Single parents have made that a reality. A mother without a father cannot give a boy any role model to look up to. Another part to this campaign is looking at the media, television, movies, commercials, the like. All of this was also to destroy the family unit. Without a family, they are all blinded by their own desires. They have no idea of what they want because no one is there to lead them. Ha ha ha, that's the new world order for you. For those leaders who don't know what political correctness means, here's how I used it as president for 8 years. If you want forced acceptance of immoral lifestyles and totally submission to any campaign, just say to the public, this is politically correct to force certain ways of thinking on you as a citizen. Then they believe the lie that they are being true Americans, loyal Americans. It's all a shame, but don't tell your constituents that. It's the lie that keeps the world going in Siri, please. It's all about you doing your part of the illusion and stop individual thought. Stop free expression. It worked in America. That's why it's in complete disarray now. They don't know how to fix a problem that I have hidden in their minds. It's beyond their ability to see the truth. My father has shown them only the truth he wants for them. Black males across America are lashing out because I taught them to hate. I taught them through high definition to act out their frustrations. Now the whole race of blacks are aggressively hateful towards whites. It goes even further. They can't see the bigotry is actually from themselves and not what the whites do now. Grandeur is the key. Keep them looking higher and higher and they can't see where they came from. Don't you see what I've been doing and what I keep doing? To control, you must use every means at my disposal to keep it going. On and on, I'll never let it end. Not until the global government can instigate martial law. Then we will control them by military force, not the local enforcement officials. That's the ultimate intent. Keep it all going until the end. Never let up for a second. That's my motto to the networks and all media outlets. Don't stop bashing Trump, even if they should be held accountable for their actions. Society doesn't care anymore. That's what we want. No one outside this room will know what we are doing, because I already control how they hear it or see it or learn it. I'm controlling everything. My visual wife, Michelle. She tells them the same thing. Women listen to their own gender. A lot more than me, but they do love me to the point of total submission. I tell them to do something, they do it without any quizziting at all. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my intention to bring my global plan to completion within the next 6 months. Don't stop anything you are doing. Keep the motion in full effect until I tell you otherwise. I'm Barack Hussein Obama, your dictator, and your hope. Make Lucifer proud. Don't give up. Thank you all for coming.
Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, we're receiving an emergency announcement from Homeland Security. Please stand by.
Details today of the full list of crimes confessed by the traitors Jones and Rutherford. These atrocious acts of treachery include the embezzlement of party funds, the murder of many trusted party members, immoral relations with women of the party, and collaboration with the leader of the underground, the arch-traitor Calador.
.6748 Smith W.
Yes?
What's in the briefcase?
I brought some work home with me. I was about to write an article on the grammar of newspeak.
Bring it to the screen and open it.
Long live Big Brother! 0 phase. It's like canary. Oh, yeah, look at the... And this is the same color as all that front surface material. It's awful soft in here. Watch it. Okay. Holy Christmas, look at the bottom of that. Now, you know something, Houston? Hey, Houston. Go ahead, Pete. Like blast effect coming out of it. Looks like it's got blast effect radio all the way around. This has got to be fairly fresh to the... Yeah, look at that, Al. Isn't that neat? We might get some pictures of that. Okay. I don't know what to set it on. 74, I guess. We're not that far away. Boy, the rim is soft here, isn't it? There is. Quite a bit softer than the others. But look at the radial spray pattern. Look at that. I guess I'm supposed to drive a what? Double core tube here or something? I set that baby up. Look at that. Skip. We got to dig a trench.
Trench site. Al, we'd like to get the trench site sample there, and you can hold off on that double core tube until you get over to Halo Crater.
Okay, good. Look west for Copernican rays here, too. So you tell a difference, contact-wise. You agree, Al? There's no way. Now, this one is fresh enough so that you can see, like you say, some of the rays. But any crater older than this, there doesn't appear to be any way to tell the material from inside the crater from that was there when, right on the surface before the crater was formed. There's no differentiation at all. Let's see, which sample do you want now?
For the trench site sample, that includes the environmental sample, trench, and the gas analysis you can put in there too.
Okay, we'll do the whole smash here for you. You want it right in the crater rim? That's what it says.
That's affirmative. That'd be perhaps the easiest and the best place to do it. And you can get that one core tube down in the bottom of the trench.
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, Houston, what else do you want here?
Okay, we should have gotten in the trench site sample the core tube sample from the end, from the bottom, and also the gas analysis sample.
Okay, we need some little rock fragments for that.
Roger, that's surface rock fragments.
Okay, just a second. Yeah, we're going to get a hold of them. Got to find it first. You get over there anywhere? just more rocks. Something up, Richard.
Roger, copy. You got some rocks in the gas analysis, and would you also confirm that you've gotten the environmental sample?
We got the environmental sample. We got the core tube. And I'm trying to find a little rock. Little rock? There's a lot of... There's a neat one. There it is right there. Oh. It's right for that little can. Give me a few. Oh, it's shrunk.
Al, your push feed water is back up to nominal and all looks good.
Go, I say go away, you bother me.
World Domination.
The heartbreaking video of a 5-year-old Syrian boy named Amran sitting in an ambulance after being pulled from the rubble after an airstrike in Aleppo focused the world's attention on the horrors of the war in Syria, with 136 million views on Facebook alone. But there are much worse images coming out of Aleppo every day now, where in the past few weeks alone, 400 people have been killed, at least 100 of them children. Just days ago, the State Department called for a war crimes investigation of the Syrian regime of Bashar al-Assad and its ally, Russia, for their bombardment of Aleppo.
Children, think of that picture we all saw of that 4-year-old boy with the blood on his forehead because he'd been bombed by the Russian and Syrian air forces.
Children. That picture of that little 4-year-old boy in Aleppo with the blood coming down his face while he sat in an ambulance is haunting. And
والله خارجين بالبص هم بيتي بس لأنه بيحبون وصلة لأنكم بيحبون بيحبون